The very first Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, NYC 1931. Rockefeller Center was built in 1930 to 1939. In the background there is an excavator and a fence around the area. Younger and older samurai at a pageant in Japan, between the two world wars, 1930. Warren Whitey Bernard runs out to his father, PTE. Jack Bernard as his unit, the British Columbia Regiment, was marching near Vancouver, Canada, October 1, 1940. Yankee Stadium opening day, April 18, 1923. Opening game was against the Boston Red Sox. Yanks won 4-1. Ruth went 1 for 2 with a home run, shocker, and an error in the field. Allied soldiers mock Hitler atop his balcony at the Reich Chancellery by Fred Ramage, 1945. Information Desk, Trans World Airlines Terminal, John F. Kennedy Airport, New York, New York, by Balthazar Korab, between 1956 to 60. It would have been known as Idlewild Airport in 1956. A terrier shows off its catch after a 15-minute rat hunt in French trenches during World War I. September 1916. This is the difference between a cat and a terrier when it comes to rodent control. Black children looking in on a whites-only playground, Mobile, Alabama, 1956. Black cat casting call, Los Angeles, 1961. Factory workers race on the roof, test track, of the Fiat factory in Turin, Italy, 1923. An underwater nuclear test being conducted during Operation Dominic, Pacific coast off California, May 11, 1962. George Orwell's passport photo from his time as a colonial police officer in Burma, 1922-27. Billboard swearing Manhattan Project workers to secrecy, 1945. Funny story about the Hanford site was that the family members of people who were sworn to secrecy about the projects theorized that it was a toilet paper factory or office supply factory. Grand Central Station during World War II. Defense bonds were a form of government bond sold to raise money for the war, sometimes called war bonds. The first image on the internet uploaded by Tim Berners-Lee in 1992. Photo is of a comedy band. Not just any comedy band, the only all-female parody pop group made of all CERN employees. George, a white cat who lives at the top of one of the pylon supports of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, keeps a watchful eye on the city below. 1957. A rare color photograph of two Parisian women from 1930. Beautiful Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland, in 1951. 18-year-old Princess Elizabeth pictured during her time in the Auxiliary Territorial Service during World War II, where she drove and repaired heavy vehicles, 1945. The Last Jew in Vinnitsa, 1941. This picture is from an Einsatzgruppen soldier's personal album, labeled on the back as Last Jew of Vinnitsa. It shows a member of Einsatzgruppe is just about to shoot a Jewish man kneeling before a filled mass grave in Vinnitsa, Ukraine, in 1941. The USS Langley, the United States Navy's first aircraft carrier, 7 years into service in 1927. Tsar Nicholas II, 1916. This was his last year as Tsar. He abdicated in 1917. Great Depression irony as people wait in breadline in Ohio in 1937 as the poster behind them reads "World's Highest Standard of Living." There is no way like the American way. Italians viewing antique Emperor Caligula's Nemi ships, which were elaborate floating palaces containing quantities of marble, mosaic floors, heating, and plumbing. The neck brush, designed to clean children's neck while they play, 1950.